Minecraft only unbeatable seed was just discovered.
Throughout Minecraft's history and the billions of worlds that have been generated, there exists an absolutely minuscule set of seeds with unique characteristics, bugged properties, or special scenarios that make them unconquerable. Impossible seeds, soft-locked seeds, or as I like to refer to them as, unbeatable seeds, are extremely interesting, not only for how they are unbeatable and what went wrong within Minecraft's world generation to lead to so, but also in the incredibly out-of-the-box ways certain players have found to beat these unbeatable seeds, whether that be through smart gameplay or extremely niche and complex bugs and exploits. And even more interesting is a seed that has only recently been discovered, which no single person has managed to beat yet, which may be Minecraft's first ever fully unplayable seed, where you aren't even able to break a single block or look around. The first seed we'll explore is this one for Minecraft 1.21.7, discovered by seed hunter Dylan DC14. Upon loading in, you'll see you spawned in a ruined portal surrounded by bedrock with lava above you that will quickly bring you into doom. After dying, you'll respawn a bit above your original spawn point on a single red terracotta block surrounded by a huge lava lake right at the bottom of the world. You have no way to escape this block and therefore no way to escape this Minecraft seed. Or do you? How has this even happened though? Well, this seed is special for a few reasons.
Pior que deve estar cheio dessas seeds, né, de caverna que vem tipo do topo até o fundo. Totalmente lava, né, mano? Cara, mas é um bagulho lá de aquelas ruínas de limpar junto com portal, é isso?
Notice that when you first spawn in this world, the Y level you've spawned at is level -63.
Meu Deus!
This is the lowest possible Y level you can spawn at in Minecraft, as any lower would be spawning in the void. This is not normal at all for Minecraft seeds, as usually a Minecraft spawn location requires factors like sky exposure and top solid blocks, so spawning so low would require a gigantic cave which is open to the sky, plus obviously lava not being in the way, which it normally is. This seed was found after another Minecraft seed M33 Galaxy found a variety of lowest possible spawn point seeds. From this video we can see that these seeds have similar characteristics, like structures such as abandoned mineshafts and ruined portals, creating these valid and safe locations to spawn at deep down. Ruined portals in particular generate air blocks around them, no matter where they generate.
E dá pra cair E dá pra cair no void, velho, porque a bedrock foi substituída por netherrack.
In particular, generate air blocks around them, no matter where they generate, and as such, if they generate underground, they will create clear space for a player to spawn. Now, for this impossible seed to work, not only did the ruined portal need to generate low enough so that it could generate surrounded by lava, but it also needed to generate in a cave that's exposed to the sky, additionally with a free block that players could respawn at. This free block is actually part of a Minecraft structure called the Trail Runes that didn't generate fully. Dylan
Então é por isso que, tipo, tem às vezes uns portal lá embaixo e tem as cavernas e tá exposto. Porra, mas aí então faz essas versões atuais, né? E a geração que os caras fez, né? A Mojang fez, foi mal feita, então.
searched for a seed where you
Isso é aquela estrutura, né, de limpar, né?
Would spawn in a large lava pool in a big cave where a ruined portal had generated with a mostly cut off trail runes at the top. Also, as a fun fact, you should normally spawn above the lava, but due to the gravel here not falling yet, this space is actually clear to spawn at when you first create the world. Such a seed is so rare that Dylan searched over 200 billion seeds until he discovered
dá nem pra pegar a gravel e fazer alguma coisa.
At a first glance this seed may look unbeatable, it in fact has been beaten. Players have used the few gravel blocks available to make a small platform, of which they then wait for an enderman to spawn naturally and aggro it to get it to teleport to said platform. Then, using lava, players can kill the enderman carefully to get an ender pearl, which they can use to teleport to safety, thus beating the unbeatable seed. It sounds simple, but one of the first players to beat this seed mentioned it took over 300 deaths. So with smart thinking, this seed can be beaten after.
Yo! What? 300 tentativas, o cara esperou um Enderman pra Ah, não, mano. Não. E ainda tem que dropar pra fugir. Aí, papo reto. Parabéns, velho. Parabéns, esse cara aí, ele é empenhado, velho.
Unbeatable seed.
Caralho, bizarro, mano. Cala a boca, velho.
Beat this seed mentioned it took over 300 deaths. So with smart thinking, this seed can be beaten after all.
Tá louco.
There is another similar seed.
Essa é fácil. Essa é fácil, eu já até percebi pelo vídeo. Tipo assim, beleza, você cai nesse quadrado de lava e tá morrendo. Isso daí, tipo, vai ficar morrendo até uma hora que você consegue, tipo... Se você conseguir agachar e entrar nesses buraquinhos aqui, GG, tu já zera.
Unbeatable though. As discovered by seed
Isso não é, isso é fácil.
and mooing cow milk, this seed
Então o único que é impossível é se você spawnar dentro da lava. GG.
on Minecraft 1.16 will spawn you in what seems to be a small underground lava pool with not a single other block you can stand on outside of the lava. That's right, you will spawn and die over and over. You won't even get enough time to mine any of these stone blocks with your hand, and there aren't any hidden gravel or dirt blocks either. If we switch to spectator mode, you'll see we spawned in a Badlands biome, and
Badland chugs.
ground, we are
Goddamn.
actually inside a small mountain at roughly
Badland
level
chugs.
66, which is higher than Minecraft sea level, or the general level that Minecraft surfaces at in that version of the game. I asked one of the seed finders, mooing cow milk, why Minecraft allows such a spawn to happen, and this is what I was told. Essentially, Minecraft's spawning procedures, where it tries to spawn the player in a valid location, have all failed. First, the game checked a 512 by 512 area around the 00 for valid biomes to spawn in, which is these 7 biomes in 1.16.
Só pode ter esses biomas spawnar? Plains, taiga, forest, jungle, jungle hills, wooded hills, taiga hills. Ah, não, deve ter outros, não é possível, são
And
todos.
this failed since the area is all Badlands. Since that failed, next it performed another check to find a grass block in a valid biome to spawn in, with all
Caralho!
the valid biomes listed here. And while the Badland
Grass, tá.
Plateau's biome can have grass blocks, they aren't considered a valid biome, so even if there is grass, that check will still fail. Next, since those first 2 checks failed, the game now sets a 21 by 21 area around 00 as the spawn area, and looks for valid blocks to spawn the player on. The only valid block in Badlands biomes is red sand, so then this fails too,
Red
as there is
sand.
no
Aí
red
não tem red sand.
sand in a 21 by 21 area of 00. So after all these checks have failed, the game would just default the player spawn to the middle of the 21 by 21 area, which is X8 and Z8, and just above Minecraft sea level, which is Y level 62, right inside this lava pool, which was what was searched
Boa, Mojang.
for. This only
Deixa eu agradecer os subs, verdade, eu não agradeci. Você disse que sem pai, obrigado pelo Prime. Reeve, muito obrigado pelos 16. Tem mais lá embaixo, deixa eu dar uma olhada. Agora que eu lembrei, velho. Nossa, meu nariz tá muito pênis. Nossa senhora. O nariz vai explodir, velho. Tá, muito obrigado pelos 3. É nóis. E Dracorville, muito obrigado pelos 22.
happens in 1.16 and 1.17, because in 1.17 and earlier, the game does not check for sky access, nor does it check for valid air blocks when spawning a player. Thus, you spawn in this lava cave with no escape. Or is there? About a year after this seed was discovered, YouTuber Mello would upload a video displaying how they escaped this lava pool and beat the unbeatable seed. Mello would struggle to escape with conventional methods, but eventually discovered that in early Minecraft 1.16 snapshots, there was a bug where crawling into a one-block tall space was possible if you entered the block at a very specific angle. This bug was quickly patched in later snapshots though. However, downgrading the world to one of the snapshots was possible without world corruption, meaning you could play the seed in the snapshot with the bug.
É sério?
After hours of trial and error, Mello was able to successfully use the bug to enter crawl mode on this block here, when you normally shouldn't be able to, thus being able to escape the lava pool and beating.
Caralho, era um bug.
Right,
Eu
so
achava que é
to
tipo,
find
você sobe e desce na lava, tá ligado?
Minecraft seed, we see
Eu achava que era real, tipo, você subir desse lava e ficar meio que agachado. Caralho, esse daqui é, mano, CEO, velho.
can't rely on trapping the player at spawn and need to find a seed that straight up prevents players from beating the dragon, no matter what bugs or exploits they use. And I have some seeds that can do just that. Before that though, all of you using the seed that prevents you from beating the subscribe button need to change that. No pressure, of course. You see, in very rare situations, sometimes Minecraft end portals will not generate properly strongholds and cannot be lit, thus not letting a player go to the end. But if a player were in such a scenario, they could just go to one of the other 127 strongholds that generate in a Minecraft world to light another functional end portal and continue playing. However, in Minecraft 1.8.9 and earlier versions, only 3 strongholds would generate in a Minecraft world total. So if somehow all 3 strongholds in a world generated with broken end portal frames, then a player would never be able to enter the end and thus never be able to beat the game. But a seed with one stronghold with a bugged end portal is already extremely rare as is, so finding a seed where all 3 were broken seems out of the question, right?
Right.
Well, wrong. Back in 2021, the Minecraft at Home team did find a series of seeds where all 3 end portal frames in a world's 3 strongholds were not functional, preventing the player from accessing the end in these worlds entirely. They did this by searching for seeds where an ocean monument generated over the top of a stronghold, thus breaking the end portals in one way or another, and then searching for seeds where all 3 strongholds had this happen to them. After searching over 84 trillion seeds, the Minecraft at Home team was able to find 5 where all 3 strongholds were rendered useless, thus finding 5 Minecraft seeds where you cannot even enter the end, and thus
seed pra olhar. 84 trilhões, rapaziada.
So these seeds are truly unbeatable.
Tá bom, 84 trilhões tá bom pra olhar. Tranquilo.
We finally found our impossible seed. Right. Well, yes, they are, if you remain on 1.8.9. You see, simply updating the world to a newer version will allow you to generate new chunks where additional strongholds can now generate, where you can enter the end as per usual. So back in 2014, these seeds were 100%.
Pô, mas pera aí, velho. Quantas strongholds tem aqui nesse mundo?
Can enter the
Caralho.
end as per usual. So back in 2014, these seeds were 100% unbeatable, but now years later, technically not so much anymore. And the chance of finding a seed in modern Minecraft, where the portals in all 128 strongholds are somehow obstructed, is likely impossible. So the broken end portal method
não,
is
todas as 128 das rings é impossível. Não é possível que existe. Apesar que é infinito, né? Tudo é infinito, tem a chance, né?
Outdated. It seems that Minecraft's unbeatable seeds...
Mano, o Minecraft é a prova que existe possibilidade pra tudo, né? Porque é infinito tudo no Minecraft. Então, mano, existe a possibilidade no nosso universo hoje de existir um Superman em um multiverse.
Might not be as unbeatable as they look at first glance, and while some do require grindy or hacky workarounds, they are in fact beatable. But let me share a seed with you that is physically unbeatable for a different reason. If you use this seed here, discovered by seed hunters Andrew and Matt, everything will seem normal at first. However, once you eventually reach the end, you find that the end island has not spawned at all, or rather no end stone has generated.
Eu zerei um Minecraft assim, não era? Que era tudo void. Eu lembro.
Happens due to a Minecraft bug where certain Minecraft seeds will simply pick 0 or other low values as the number of blocks to generate on the main end island. Now, this alone doesn't make the seed unbeatable, and despite the dragon behaving and endermen spawning en masse on the towers, you can defeat it. But this is where things get interesting. The end portal at 0-0 in the end.
Não veio o portal quando mata ele?
With the Y level it generates at being determined by the Y level of the blocks at 0-0. So if no end stone generates at 0-0, the top of the end portal frame generates as low as possible, Y level 0, and doesn't fully generate. As we can see on this seed, only the top blocks generated, and thus even upon beating the Ender Dragon, there is no exit portal as there should be. Now, this is interesting, because you can still do everything in the game as normal despite this. You can use blocks to build out to the outer end islands or the end gateway to access the rest of the end and get all the usual things. You can return to the overworld by dying, and you can save your items by putting them in an ender chest with shulkers too for more storage. So while it is annoying, you still will be able to access everything in the end and play the game as normal. But as defined by Minecraft speedrun rules and generally agreed upon by the wider Minecraft community, to beat the game, you have to enter the end portal after beating the dragon, thus getting to the credits, which on this seed you simply cannot do. Thus, this seed is technically unbeatable, despite allowing you to access the full game still. And there are a variety of seeds where the end stone does not generate at 0-0, thus preventing a proper exit.
Mano, tu pulou aqui não.
There are.
Tu pulou aí não foi, mano.
A variety of seeds where the end
aconteceu?
stone does not generate at 0-0, thus preventing a proper exit portal from generating. So this is a truly unbeatable seed, finally, right? Well, not quite. The Ender Dragon takes 20 ticks or 1 second to spawn once a player enters and loads the end for the first time. And this timer can be reset by saving out of a world and going back into it.
Aí se você entrar, ele vai gerar.
The dark showcases on this seed where the portal
sai na hora, e uma hora vai.
Reloading the world over and over so that the dragon fight does not start, and using ender pearls to move around, Craft the Dark was able to go to 0-0 and place a block, giving the exit portal a block to generate.
Caralho, retardado Deus. Retardado Deus.
Furthermore, in Minecraft 1.21.5, released earlier this year, the end portal now properly generates when there are no blocks at 0-0, allowing for players to enter it on these seeds and beat the game as normal now. Therefore, these seeds were always technically beatable and no longer are unbeatable with new updates as they were once considered so. It seems that no matter what, the unbeatable seeds we've talked about today all have ways to be beaten. However, there is one final seed we will be talking about, also discovered by M33 Galaxy, which, as far as I know, has not been beaten by anybody yet.
Não, esse eu acho que não dá.
Using this seed here in...
Tem que ver se... Não, na verdade, se tiver terra lá pra baixo, pegar terra, mas apesar que é muito embaixo, muito difícil. Se tiver terra dá, mas não tem.
Modern versions of Minecraft, we will spawn inside a large lava pit, of which is inside a massive open cave. Every time we hit respawn, we simply respawn in lava again and die, over and over and over and over. And unlike the other lava spawn seeds we've covered so far, this time there is no nearby blocks I can escape to or even reach. There is no mineable blocks I can use to make a platform for an enderman to teleport. There is no way to even step outside of the lava or get out of it at all. This is a 100% unbeatable seed. You simply cannot escape the lava whatsoever. Now you might notice one thing though. This seed is actually a seed for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you've been paying attention, you might realize that this seed breaks modern Minecraft Java spawning rules, specifically the one that requires you to spawn in a space with air. And that's
então no
because
Java é
of
impossível.
Bedrock, the game doesn't actually do any checks to determine what the world looks like prior to spawning a player, so it doesn't verify if the block the player is going to spawn on has air above it. As such, it is able to directly spawn a player in lava, similar to how it worked on Java in 1.17 and prior. So once everything lines up, like a big enough cave to cover the entire spawn area, the right coordinates and location, it will just plop the player there no matter what. This seed is absolutely brutal. You don't even get to see the surface before dying over and over.
Caralho, bizarro, né, mano?
At the bottom of a multi-block
mas é bedrock, entendi.
This seed is
não tem a
by far the most restrictive and impossible seed out there. A seed where you can't even mine a single block. But I want to see if it's possible, so I'm going to make a challenge. 100
Mas no Bedrock tem um negócio de spawnar 10 blocos do spawn anterior. Beleza, mas dos 10 blocos do spawn anterior é lava também.
To the first person who successfully escapes the lava pit and uploads a video doing so. You can't use cheats, bonus chests, or any other advantageous game settings besides difficulty, and you can't edit the game files
$100 o cara quer dar, velho. Não dá, não.
I will, however, let you use bugs and exploits.
Não, talvez se você ficar gerando por, tipo, milhões de anos, pode ser que, mano... Existe uma possibilidade de 1 em 1 quadrilhão que aparece um Enderman e morre. E na hora que ele morre, pá, a Enderpearl voa um pouquinho pro alto na lava e tu sobe, pega a Enderpearl e joga na água. Tipo 1 em 1 quadrilhão. 1 em 1 blim-blim-blim-blim-blim-brilhão. 1 em penizão. O que é igual a impossível.
In fact, a way to do so. Although you can't use external programs or mods to perform bugs and exploits, you have to use vanilla Minecraft, and those bugs and exploits can't alter the world by corrupting it or anything, as doing so would essentially invalidate the challenge. I want to see if
For me, impossible.
Any of you out there can figure out a way to beat this, because I certainly can't. For fun, I also converted the world to Java so you can try to escape it on Java too. World download and instructions are in my Discord link below. I'll be sure to make an update post if the seed is beaten, which you won't want to miss.
Cara,
so
eu acho que esse deve ter alguma forma. Deve ter uma forma de você glitchar o seu dano, mas aí já é um glitch, né? Não pode. Eu acho que não tem, não. É, sem ser glitch, não tem, não.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Não dá, sem glitch não dá. Mano, eu lembro de uma seed que o Force spawnou quando tava assistindo a live dele quando fazia speedrun. Lá contra o X. E ele spawnou numa lava também, velho. Mas era tipo assim, era dentro do... Era na superfície. Tipo WR Def, mano. Eu até hoje do clipe, velho. Ah, esse não dá não, rapaziada. Esse daí é um bagulho tipo assim, cara. GG, eu entrei alone B e eu vou ficar FK, velho. Tá ligado? É isso. E vou deixar os caras entrar B e os caras plantam e ganham round. Não tem como, velho. Eu tô pensando aqui as formas. Não tem terra. O Enderman se morrer ali não dá. Ball bônus já é cheat. No vanilla não sei. É um Enderman morrer do nada, spawnar, você spawnar e tem um Enderman e dá TP em você na hora de burro. E, mano, ele pega fogo ali na hora, ele já tava miado, ele morre, cai uma Enderpearl, tu joga Enderpearl lá na água. Tem ali do lado. Coisa que é... Não tem como. Não tem como. Bizarro. Eu já acertei o Bedrock uma vez com uma caverna totalmente fechada e tinha colocado o balbone nele spawna dentro da parede também, aí desisti da seed. Ó. Mano, eu já spawnei uma vez, eu acho que em speedrun, velho. Que o spawn foi numa caverna e era uma caverna com uma vila de spruce lá, aquelas vilas de spruce. Eu lembro no 1.16 quando eu fazia speedrun. Aquela seed era legal, cara. Era 2 casinhas dentro da cavernona. Era mó bonitinho,